On the night of October 11th, 2019, something happened in the quiet town of Salem, Oregon that still keeps detectives awake at night. A young woman, 25-year-old Marley Elise Hart, walked out of her apartment building, stepped into her dimly lit parking lot, and disappeared in just 64 seconds. No scream, no witnesses, no clear sign of struggle, and yet, what investigators later uncovered inside that apartment complex turned this simple missing persons report into one of the most disturbing unsolved disappearances in modern Oregon history. This is the vanishing of Marley Hart. Marley Hart wasn't the kind of person who made trouble. She wasn't the type to run away, and she wasn't someone who lived a dangerous life. She was ordinary. The kind of woman you might pass every day at the grocery store without noticing Marley worked from home as a graphic designer. She had a small circle of friends, a sister she adored, and a routine that rarely changed. She lived in Unit 3B of a modest three-story apartment building on Lancaster Drive. Her neighbors described her as quiet, polite, and someone who kept to herself. But on the night of October 11th, Marley broke from her routine. And this, detectives believe, was the moment everything went wrong. Marley locks her apartment door. She's wearing an oversized forest green knit sweater, black leggings, and white Nike running shoes. A cream tote bag hangs off her left shoulder. She doesn't look distressed. She doesn't look hurried. If anything, she looks calm. She walks down the hallway toward the elevator. She glances at her phone. Investigators later learned her sister had texted her 30 minutes earlier. "Are you still up?" Marley never replied. The camera outside the building picks her up, stepping into the cold air. A light mist is falling. A single streetlight flickers overhead. Then something strange happens. Marley pauses. She stops walking, and she turns her head towards something off camera. Detectives would replay this 3-second moment hundreds of times. Her expression changes, just slightly. Concern, recognition, surprise. No one knows. Then Marley continues walking to the right side of the parking lot, toward a blind corner. That is the last confirmed time anyone saw Marley Hart alive. Total time, 64 seconds. After that, nothing. By morning, Marley's sister reported her missing. Salem PD responded immediately. They searched the lot, the woods behind the building, nearby ditches, security footage, and they found nothing. No blood, no dropped belongings, not even footprints, thanks to the rain that night. This case was assigned to Sergeant Daniel Rowe, a 43-year-old veteran detective known for his methodical approach. Rowe wasn't easily rattled. He had seen everything: gang violence, drug wars, serial offenders. But Marley's case would become the one he refused to speak about after retiring. Rowe began with the two people who interacted with Marley the most. Lily lived in 3A, directly beside Marley. She was 31, painfully shy, spoke softly, and mostly kept to herself. Her long platinum hair and pale complexion made her instantly noticeable to detectives. Lily said she liked Marley, said Marley was kind, said Marley once helped her carry groceries. But when Rowe asked about the night of the disappearance, Lily hesitated. She said she heard fast footsteps and a woman's voice outside her window around 11:45 p.m. But Rowe already knew something wasn't right, because Lily's windows were fitted with soundproof blackout curtains, the kind you'd find in a musician's studio. She couldn't have heard anything. When confronted, Lily changed her story. "Maybe it wasn't that night." Then later, "I might have been mistaken." Rowe made a note Lily Crowder was either scared or lying. Victor was 56, former construction worker, known for drinking on the job. He had a gruff personality and a habit of staring a few seconds too long at tenants. When asked where he was that night, Victor said, "Basement level, fixing a pipe." But keycard logs showed something alarming. Victor's card was used to access the roof door at 11:46 p.m., 3 minutes after Marley vanished. When asked why he was up there, Victor shrugged. "Bird nests." There were no nests, not in fall, not on that roof. Victor became a person of interest, but as Rowe dug deeper, things got even stranger. For 7 days, the case stalled. Footage revealed nothing. Phone records revealed nothing. Witnesses contradicted each other. Then on day 7, construction workers repairing a foundation crack behind the laundry room made a horrifying discovery: a false wall. Behind it, a hidden room. The room contained a dirty mattress, 4 empty water bottles, a small lamp, dozens of women's hair ties, a cigarette lighter, and a Polaroid photo taped to the wall. The photo showed Marley, asleep in her bedroom taken from inside her apartment. No forced entry, no damage to the locks, meaning someone had a key. Detective Rowe requested key duplication records. Only one tenant had requested a duplicate key in the past year: Lily Crowder. When questioned, Lily broke down crying. She said she took the key because she thought Victor was creeping on Marley. She said she entered Marley's apartment once just to check if she was okay. But when detectives entered Lily's apartment, the truth surfaced. Her walls were covered in charcoal drawings of Marley. Not erotic, but intimate. Marley brushing her hair, Marley laughing. Marley sitting by her window, Marley asleep. These weren't drawings from memory. They were drawn from someone who watched Marley regularly. One drawing stood out: a half-finished sketch with a handwritten label: "The Last Night." Lily swore she never touched Marley. She said she only watched her because she was beautiful, because she looked lonely. Rowe couldn't arrest her. There was no evidence of kidnapping or assault, but she became suspect number 1. 2 weeks after Marley vanished, a hiker found something strange deep in the woods behind the apartment complex: a piece of white Nike shoe fabric snagged on a branch. Search dogs followed the scent to a makeshift wooden shelter, covered in moss and branches. Inside, detectives found Victor Helms' work jacket, empty beer cans, a small blanket, Marley's cream-colored tote bag, but the bag was empty. No wallet, no phone, no keys. When police went to question Victor again, he was gone. That same night, the precinct received a voicemail from an unknown number, a man's voice, shaky, breathless. "You're looking in the wrong damn direction. I didn't take the girl. I only saw who did." The call ended with the sound of rushing water. Victor never returned. He never called again. He was never found. Detective Rowe spent 6 more months on the case. He re-interviewed Lily. He searched every inch of the woods. He analyzed Victor's background, friends, history, nothing. The case drained him. He began suffering nightmares, insomnia, guilt. When he retired, reporters asked about Marley's case. He answered only once: "Some cases don't stay in the woods. Sometimes they follow you home." He refused to elaborate. To this day, the disappearance of Marley Elise Hart remains unsolved. Some believe Victor was responsible. Others think Lily's obsession turned deadly, and online communities insist a third, unidentified figure may have been involved. Someone never caught on camera. Marley was 25. She loved art, quiet mornings, and coffee with too much cream. She deserved more than to vanish in the 64 silent seconds. If you have information about the disappearance of Marley Hart, contact the Salem Police Department. Until then, the case remains open, and the girl who walked into the dark has never walked back out.